Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And it's a very beautiful day, amazing one. I feel so happy, so excited recording this. First of all, it is Aaron's birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you very much. Let me fly boy.
All right. So, yes, it is his birthday, and if anybody knows me, you would definitely know Aaron because one way or the other, I would always mention him for terrible reasons, for maybe sometimes good reasons, and
Wow.
sometimes for mischievous reasons. A reason being that I mean, this person, all of you are saying, we literally grew up together, and childhood was something else. Of course, I'll get to ask him some questions that he might not think I remember, but today is his birthday, so today I'm at liberty to ask him any kind of question that I like. So, Aaron, I hope you are ready.
Yeah, I'm ready. Whatever question, just be careful what the kind of hole you dig, Sha. You may end up falling inside.
By the way, bro, you are very old, man. You are very old, though. I hope you know.
Old is subjective, sir. Depends on who you compare me with.
Comparing
Which
you
one?
to me,
I'm young to some people, I'm old to some people. You
comparing
can't compare
you
me
and
with
me.
me and you.
Yes.
It's just 2 weeks that separates us. 2 weeks. Whatever you
Anything
say
can
now will be used against you in 2 weeks' time.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you are older than me. Like, I mean, I'm still a very young, agile young man. You are still, you're you're an old man already.
Young man, you're in 30 plus gang.
No, I'm not. Hello, you are.
You're 30 plus, sir.
No, I'm not. You are like legit 30 plus, like legit.
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
What's happening in 2 weeks?
Don't worry. I'll let you know.
Okay. All right.
This
So
30 you're flaunting will be more than that.
sorry.
This 30 you're flaunting now, you'll be 30 plus in two
I'm
weeks.
not okay now. Okay. So can you kindly introduce yourself to everybody? Like let them hear from you. Who are you?
All right. I am Aaron Polycarp Azige. I love playing games. I'm an architect and I also do digital marketing. That's basically it. I'm fun to be with, I'm boring to be with. It depends on the person. So that's me.
So Aaron always has this complication about him. Like, just what do you mean by you are boring to be with and you're fun to be like, man, you're old now. Like, I thought that that thing used to be like when you were way, way younger, right? What is you are boring to be with? And why would you? Now, the reason why I say you're always complicated is even I remember when we were playing football, you would dribble past a player, you would bring him back to start again. That thing always gets on my nerve. Like, are you okay? So please stop complicating this thing for us.
It's very simple. Ah,
Okay.
it's like from river, someone fetches with bucket, another person fetches with 25 liters. What they get, all different, but same river. So you may ask someone about me and they'll be like, this guy is all jovial, is all that high. But then another person, they'll be like, this guy is always to himself and he's boring to be with. So it depends on the person or the people.
Baba, you are now very old. So like you they talk with proverbs. Omo, guy, this your old age is I told you you're not like us. Do you understand? Us Gen
Wow,
Z, we just talk
wow,
straight.
wow.
You understand? You
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. All right then. So yeah, so you are an architect I think many people do not know a certified one. Tell us, how was it like you growing up, like a little of your childhood from your own perspective? Because I know how you grew up. So tell us, how was it like growing up for you?
I think my childhood is one of the best, I would say. I'm very privileged to have the kind of childhood I had because I tasted both ends of. I would say my childhood was kind of balanced because I tasted both sides of it. I did the Paco play, I did the Ajebo play, and you cannot show me any side that I do not know. Any kind of games you bring for childhood, I have an idea, even if I do not play all, but then I know it. And the morals also, growing up with the people I grew up with, the friends and all, I've tasted like quite many experiences from people. So it's quite balanced for me. I'm very privileged to have the kind of childhood I have. So when I'm discussing with people about childhood, depending on how yours is, I give you story from that, and there's hardly anyone that knows everything like you now. You know everything both sides have been through. But most times, if someone wants to relate to the not having much side, I can give that. If someone wants to show the having plenty side, we're cool. So I'm privileged to have both sides of it. I
Yeah,
was quite
true.
stubborn too, but at the same time,
Don't worry.
um,
I'm the one that I will say that. So, you know that Aaron is just trying to be, tourish. Nah, nah, nah. Me, today, I will expose you to the whole world, right? There are things that happen between me and you, or that things that we did that I think nobody knows. And when people know them, they'll be like, really? So I just hope that you behave yourself. If you don't behave yourself, I'm bringing all our dirt. I'll bring them here. But anyway,
I
um,
have nothing to hide.
okay. So tell us, because everybody wants to know why every time I'm talking about this Aaron. What is your first memory of us? Like you can recall, like the first memory, okay, we're close.
Okay. Wow. Many pages are just flipping through right now. And it will go back to, I think, them primary school days. I just saw you as that one person before I had sense self, we were together. So it's like, okay, this is my brother. And somehow, while we were kids, I never, there was no differentiation to, okay, these are his parents, these are mine. It all felt the same. So it's like family all through. So it's more of primary school days, me always fighting for you. Those are the yes. You find the trouble, I give the trouble. So this, if I would trace anything back to like first moment, I I I would see myself as that person that was always with you when the fight comes up.
Yeah, true to do. I think if I would remember, I would just remember us, like, if at all I can remember us, them taking us to school, and then randomly we're in class, we're always sitting together. I remember, maybe it was in our primary one or so, that our teacher wanted to separate us. That day class did not hold, because where they took you to, you didn't like the person, and me,
That's
I
all.
didn't like the person, but I couldn't talk. But I remember that, I mean, last before the day, like they brought us, and then we'll make the noise. And funny enough, I think I've even forgotten her name, but if you can remember Mommy Awara, that woman that was selling Awara that year.
Yeah.
So she was our primary one teacher and she knows us very well. So we would make noise in class. She will punish everybody, she will not punish us. So I wouldn't want to say no. It is fair to say that we were mischievous growing up. Do you agree with that?
Yeah. Yes. I
You
I
can't
won't
deny.
I won't argue that.
You can't
I
deny
won't even
because
say while growing up till now there I have some mischief to me.
oh,
I will not,
oh,
but then
obviously I remember. I remember. Yeah, just as you said, one of the memories that I remember of you was that you loved movies, and I think you still do till now. And me,
yeah,
movie wasn't something for me. Then we'll go back home. Then in class, Aaron literally did not have a notebook that he was writing anything in class. So in class, you will be drawing the movie for me. You'll be like, so this was how he started. He kicked his leg, you will draw it. So all the pages of your book. I remember one time your mom was so mad at you that she saw my note and she saw that I was writing in class, but yours was just full of drawings. And that didn't even stop. So every day you watch movie, you come and you be drawing it for me. So pages by pages, like you could draw a movie for me, and me, I rather have you draw the movie for me than for me to watch it because at the time, me movies were just even till now I don't really like movies. So what was going through your mind? I mean, at that time, of course, you will remember what was going through your mind drawing those movies.
well, I wouldn't say it's something I chose to. It's like it just happened. I was expressive that way, and sometimes I wish maybe I was supported that way. Maybe keep on drawing, because let me bring Bible here. It says, train up your child in the way he should grow up. Now, the way I am to grow up is not the way you are to grow up. And many times our parents mix this up. They feel, this guy is doing this. Many times it has happened even between us. Our parents will be like, see, Linus is doing this one, he's doing this one. You were made differently. We're all our own versions. And I loved drawing back then. I've seen some of the drawings recently that I'm like, wait, at this age I could do this stuff. At least the creativity, it wasn't too precise. And then, well, drawing, it's subjective. You can't say it's accurate or anything. But then at that young age, I showed that talent. Maybe if I had been pushed more towards it, who knows what I would have become now with art. And I believe many children have that tendency to be expressive. Even my nephew now, Chelsea, writing is not his thing. But then if you tell him to draw, he's good with them. If he has a very good pictorial memory of things, he can randomly tell me things of things that happened when he was 5 years old, and he would give me the whole scenario. I'm like, how do you remember that kind of stuff? But that's his own gifting. Now, his younger sister is the one that is always about books. Greta, writing, even if there's nothing to write, she will want to write. So we're all built differently, and I wish this understanding came at a much earlier stage. Because let me tell you, right up till this date, I've never completed any note in any subject. From secondary school, even in university, I don't like notes. I don't like writing. And somehow, irony of life, I ended up studying architecture. And in our first year, you write because you have to develop lettering. So lettering, writing for me, it's not it. But when I'm reading though, I write a lot. I write sometimes even more than the notes when I'm reading. But taking notes, copying notes, or it's just not me. I've never completed any note in my life. And I've been flogged many times, even in secondary school for them. It's not me. So I love drawing. Up till now I do, but it's not I'm not passionate
Yeah,
about it now, like
that's
how I
just
was.
too. Yeah, true. I 100% like I agree with you because I remember at the time, yes, just as you've said. But one thing that is always standing out for me about you is you've been this person till since the day I met you. And interesting enough, people don't know this. We are almost like different kinds of me. I am the outspoken one. I am the gra 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 one. You are like the reserved person, like in comparison. But then how we manage to synergize is what I don't even understand. I can't even explain. But yes, growing up for you, yeah, I remember that time. Your mom would always be like, "You can't you see he's writing," and for one bit, you are not even remorseful because the next books they are buying for you is still the same drawing. You still draw, and I remember during I remember that time they used to call it drawing in primary school or so, like the subject drawing. Sharp,
Yeah.
everybody's just bringing their drawing to you. The ones that you like, you draw well for them. The ones that you don't like, you just do anything. And they can't complain because, of course, they cannot complain. There was this incident that happened in primary one. I will never forget. So in our primary school, I think most people during our day they did it. So we sit 3-3 on this pupils bench, either two girls, one boy in the middle, or two boys, one girl. We were the only ones in primary one that they brought a girl. I think if I can remember her name was Aisha or something. I can't remember. Something like that. You single-handedly chased her from our seats because according to you, she was not beautiful. And our teacher were like, no, we don't like her. Obviously, we just came up with a reason. But then, lo and behold, a day came that this fine girl, primary one, guys, in our eyes, and I believe too. I think I saw her picture sometimes recently. She's still cute, really cute little girl came to class, and immediately you reached out to the teacher. Oh, she can come and sit with us. She can come and sit with us. And then she came and she sat with us. The end of the story is that I don't know how you knew, but she was just staying a street behind your house after school. Shout out to Justina. Justina would always come and pick us from school. Shout out to Justina. We need to be. In fact, I'll bring her talk maybe later. Shout out to Justina. So she came. She
Oh
only
yeah.
met me. Where is Aaron? I'm like, I don't know. After school, we're together, but I couldn't find him again. Omo, Justina knew that she was in trouble if she can't find you, and me
Yeah.
too.
So luckily it
Unconsciously, I am.
was
Yes, and me too. They like you guys were together. Where did he go? But of course, you were like the stubborn one between me and you. Actually, then then someone told us, oh, they saw you going home with this person and her aunt. How? Where is their house? They said, oh, no, it's not far. They took us. Lo and behold, we saw Aaron in this girl's house. Aaron. The funny thing, like, I can remember this thing very well. Justina was like, Aaron, what are you doing here? You don't know these people. And of course, we were taught you don't go to strangers' house just like that without anybody.
yeah.
We dragged you home. The next thing, because I would stay in your house till like maybe around 2 or 3. Then before they will come and pick me and take me home. We ate everything. Aaron told me, let's go out. I said, no, guy, we can't go out. Da da da. You still went back there. And I'm like, Justina, where is Aaron? Where is Aaron? Me, I knew where you went. So sharply I ran. I came and said, guy, they are looking for you. Primary one. So please, This is me saying the story. So you tell me the story from your own angle. Let's hear it.
You know what? I can't even remember. I can't remember the story. But then I think I know the girl.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
of
I know the
course.
girl you're talking.
I would have
Yes,
mentioned her name, but for security reasons. Yeah.
yes. All this very part, I can't even remember, but I know the part where I fought for her to be next to us, and she was pretty. And you can't blame a man. Puppy love, that's what you call it, puppy love. When I was a
You
child,
would,
I thought like a child.
guy,
Eh,
guy, guy,
and
you cannot even defend this because this one that you now you want to now give words of wisdom. Baba, relax. Primary one, Aaron, primary one. Anyway, yes.
I could identify pretty from primary one.
So interesting enough, I mean, I think in our primary one, this that's like the moment me personally I can remember because of course it stood out for me. And then primary two came. I remember first term. Yes, no, I think it should be first term
Yeah,
or
first
maybe
time.
yeah first term. Um, everybody knows that I have like two marks here. One is a bike hit me, and the second one. Now let me share the story. So ending of term, we used to there's this in house I call it Gidan Summer, like upstairs. So we carry those pupils desk. We keep one, we turn one upside down, then we make one so like up there. So like I don't
Yeah,
know for server, I don't know if people can remember that. So when they are calling our results, everybody used to climb that up. So everybody would so we'll just be struggling to be here. Then one guy, I remember his name. I think his name is Sadiq or something. So he
yeah.
pushed the chair and the thing hit me here and blood started rushing. I remember I didn't even take it serious until I saw you fighting him. Omo, Aaron was beating this boy. I remember his friend, I'll call his name Suleiman. Shout out to Suleiman. Suleiman,
Mr.
Suleiman wanted.
Mr. Suleiman.
Oh, yes, Mr. Suleiman. Yes, he's now married. Yes, Mr. Suleiman. I remember, I remember he was coming to like fight you too, or maybe not trying to fight you, but then almost you joined two of them. Aaron was beating them. They rushed me to the headmistress office, and then they cleaned the wound. I remember Aaron telling me that I should not worry that him too blood will come out. And I'm like, in my now I'm thinking of it, I'm like, what is Aaron thinking? Or what was Aaron thinking at the time? After school, Justina came to pick us as usual. And then so Justina saw me, she's like, what happened? Who is the guy? La, la. Aaron say, after school, live, Aaron, you say you're going to beat this guy. You now went and laid siege for him, like outside the gate. I remember fights still broke out there. You fought and all of that. Can you remember this incident?
Yes. I was much of a fighter in my childhood. Ah, no, 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 no. Sometimes I'll be like, now maybe that. And
Yeah, what
now
happened? Yeah,
I see some of the guys that the stories, some I can't even remember. The stories
yeah.
will be like, in primary school, you beat this guy up, and I'll look at the person, I'm like, I don't know if you try fight this guy now. Like, who am I?
Okay, now, okay, let me ask you, do you think your fighting was influenced by the kind of movies you watch because you're watching all those them Van Damme, all of those guys? Do you think that influenced you?
Maybe I can't say, but probably, maybe.
Okay, okay. So yes, that story happened. Then I think fast forward, I think we're still in primary two. I will never forget that day. Never will I ever forget that day. So we're in class, and then your elder brother came. And normally for us, when we see relatives in school, it's so exciting. Like, brother is in school. So we're sitting together, and then he just comes And then he like spoke to the teacher. Oh, you need to go out. And I was seated there like I was confused. What's happening? What is happening? Then after like 2 3 hours, you came back and I was like, "What's up?" This you said that they did passport for you. I said, "What is passport at the time? Like international passport?" So I was asking, "What is passport? What are you doing? What are you doing with it?" Then you're like, "Oh no 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 no, that me too. That they will do for me." I don't know. Maybe it was the scope that they used for us at the time. Like
Mm.
this is me sharing the story. So I was like, "Okay, cool, no problem. Maybe tomorrow I will go and do my." And then the next thing, I started hearing that you people are going to leave Nigeria,
Mm.
bro. What's up? Why people leaving Nigeria? Then I remember the logical explanation that I think someone gave me was like, oh, that the president so much like your father, so the president is making your dad to go and represent him in another country. This da 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 da. Of course, as a child, I didn't really understand what that is, but for me, it sounded good. Like, okay, then this is fantastic. And then before we know, we heard you people are leaving. You are leaving. Me, I knew that you were leaving. Okay, so I met Justina. I said, Justina, are you not going there? No, later she will come. La la la. The story. The next week, no, was it? I don't know if it was immediately you guys left, but I know that after a certain time, I was coming to school alone. So all the people that you were fighting started looking at me with one eye, like, okay, so now it is our time. So quickly, I had to go and form alliance with my cousin, who came to our school at that time, and he was like bigger than I am. So obviously, I let people know that okay, this is my cousin. So if people try rubbish and all of that. So during that moment, what was going through your mind?
It was mixed feelings actually, because prior to that time, I think there was a time where we were just lying to ourselves inside gist. You, Suleiman was there also, a couple of others, I can't remember others, but we're just talking about the whole experience in
Aeroplane.
in yeah. So everybody was just throwing their lives away. Right. So that instance when they came to talk about passport and stuff, when I saw my brother, I was like, wait, too, what did I do? Am I in trouble or anything? Because that was my first thought. But then they made me realize it's nothing, it's just for them to take my picture and stuff. And that's how good Nigeria was. Did passport, got it in day one. And it was no stress at all. And 2 weeks later, we're out of the country. But what fascinated me the most was when I got into the plane. And at that moment, I was like, God, I wish all those guys were with me here. So that instance, I just wished all of us were gathered there so that we would just point fingers and be like, you're a big liar. Because all of us just lied to ourselves. And I was stuck between, I miss my friends, I miss everyone there, and the thrill of the new experience. Like, is this happening? I was happy, I was sad at the same time. It was just mixed emotions. So, but I was there with family, so I wasn't too sad. But then I missed people at home.
I remember, oh, you guys flew and you left. So just as I said earlier, I had to form alliance because you have fought with a lot of people and made enemies. And me now, I'm the vulnerable one now. So after that, you guys travel. I think we're just talking on the phone, things like that. But of course, I think I had to move personally, this was what I did. I had to move on. Like, Omoiron is not here, so guy, you're on your own. I remember there are days that I'll just go home and I'll just start crying, and my mom will be like, "Why are you crying?" I say, "No, it's Aaron. I miss Aaron." La, 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 la. I mean, of course, it was childhood. So fast forward to 2002. 2002. So I think all this happened maybe 99. Yeah, 99, I think. Then 2002, all of a sudden I heard, you guys are coming to Nigeria. Almost like I was over the moon. Like you guys came to visit. I think it was you, your mom, and Peace. Shout out to Peace at the time. Then you guys came, and then I was told, you guys are around. La 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 la. Almost like when we just met, it was like, oh my god. I think I can still remember. I think I can still remember. Then when you guys came, I remember that time you were gisting me. You had bicycle. You're enjoying bicycle. And me, I wasn't that adventurous growing up at the time. Then you're like, when you come, you're going to buy me a bicycle.
Yeah,
I was just,
we were pen pals then.
yeah, yeah. So when you guys came, when you guys were coming to my house, then when you came, the excitement, everybody hugged each other. When the pleasantries were exchanged, then you're like, let's go, let's go, let's go. I'm like, let's go where? And let's go to the car. Then Omo, bicycle, bro. Like I think the bicycle had the mixed color of red and yellow. I think something like that,
Yeah,
if I can still remember. Omo, we started catching up. I remember we just went to one, we're just gisting. They say, oh yeah, it's time to go. Who sent go where? I remember that catching up. But then, so you guys had to go and they say, oh, next year people will come back finally, la 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 la. And I was like, okay, no wala. So yes, can you remember that incident or that instance?
yeah, very well. Prior to
Okay.
that, we were changing letters. Then it
Yeah.
was pen pals. There was no WhatsApp. There was
Yeah.
no Facebook or anything. So we literally wrote the letters and
Yeah.
have them sent over to each other. So ah, I wish I got some of the copies like of the letters because I think they are cute because
Yes.
we express ourselves what was going on and it was
I
nice.
think if I am not mistaken, maybe some of your letters, maybe I still have not like I still have them here. I mean, they should be at home. I don't know, but I'm thinking there is a possibility because I remember I kept those things. I don't know, but hopefully I'll find it
I
sometime
hope
or
so too.
someday. Yeah, yeah. So then fast forward a year later, we're preparing for common entrance and then we're doing extra classes, and then I heard, oh, Aaron is here. I said, you guys should. I think yeah, it was Suleiman. I think he saw you, so he was like, Aaron is here. He came to class and I said, I beg, stop that rubbish. What's that? Which Aaron? Of course, because there was no means of like instant communication, so we didn't know. And then we're just in the class, and then I just turned at the window because I was sitting in the middle row. I just turned and I saw you, Omo. I think literally everybody in our class, of course, most people were our mates, like coming from primary one and all of that. That's how class ended. That's how even the teacher didn't know you. No, I mean, maybe the teacher knew you, I can't remember. But that's how the class everybody ran outside. Hero, la 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 la. That's how Omo. I just closed my bags, closed everything, and they say, oh yeah, I was about to speak Ukrainian. Dopa bachinya, like goodbye, like goodbye. That's how class ended. And then you're like, oh, you guys are now back finally, and all of that. So, yes, how did you feel returning to Nigeria?
Still another mixed emotions because I made
Yes, you
friends
had a lot of
there.
friends back there. Yeah.
Yes, and I was missing them terribly. I was way much um wiser
Older.
than
Yes.
compared to when we left Nigeria. So it was mixed feelings because I was hurt pretty bad missing my friends because I was not prepared for coming back to Nigeria permanently. I thought it was another visit to Nigeria. So I was excited. Yeah, I would see people at home. At the same time, ah, this is it. I'm not seeing those other ones again. And so it was just mixed feelings then. But I think being happier, I be being happy was um, more of the feeling I
Yeah,
was
was the
having then.
better. Yeah.
I was uniting with you. To be honest, many of our classmates then, let me just tell you now, I forgot them. Like taking some time to think about, oh, this person, it's like this, we've bonded this way.
It's not like you remembered, but you just assume you remembered.
Exactly. The ones I was very certain this guy know you, Suleiman, Ufoma. Those ones.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout
There
out
was
to Ufoma.
eh. But others I had to take time to recollect some things.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
one my
of course.
confession.
I hope all of them would watch this and know that this guy did not remember you guys at all. Because yes, I remember I have to like give you instances. Do you remember? Sometimes, fair enough, yes, you remembered. Sometimes, obviously, you couldn't, of course.
I forgot our national anthem guy.
Then secondary school came. We're supposed to go to the same secondary school either ways, but they refused that we're not going to the same school. They said we're going to go and play. We will not read. And yours happened to be a boarding school. I think looking at it right now, I think it was a good thing that we didn't go to the same secondary school because, bro, we would have literally done what we started. And I don't think at the time it would be good because we're more older and then the mischievous
Ah,
things were now on a higher dimension. Do you remember? So, in our church, we come from Baptist Church. Shout out to First Zion Baptist Church, Lafia.
mm,
I don't know if you can remember. So there is this group called RA, Royal Ambassadors. So we're part of
ah,
it. We're part of it. And then everybody knew that we're mischievous people. Everybody knew. So there's this guy. I would have called his name, but if I call his name, I'll insult him. He was in your house and we're together. And then he was telling us, you guys, are you not going for RS? I will come now. I will come now. Little did we know that this guy was timing us.
hmm.
So he came before us and then we came late. And as soon as we're entering church, this guy just changed face. Why are people late? Da, 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 da. Let's take it to director. They took us to director, and the director is someone that's very close to your dad as well. And then
Yeah,
you're like, go and punish them. Bruh, you want to punish us? Like, guy, you literally left us some moments ago. You want to punish us. He now said we should do
so
front jump around our church 10 times. Then we'll come and join the boys. Then we started. As we went around, as we're doing it, and then we came close to the gate, you're like, guy, let's go, let's run. And I think that time we weren't old enough to be going home on our own, but then, bro, that's how we ran until today. That's how we left RA. Do you remember that? Do you remember that story?
many times when I see them doing their activities, most times when I tell them that story, since that day, nothing involved with Ari anymore.
Yes,
So,
yes. I remember till we just hated RA. We hated even when they are doing their parade, we're always nonchalant about like, please, you guys should just get out. And then yes, so now so coming back to secondary school, we went to secondary school. You were popular in my school, and I want to believe I was popular in your school because nowhere we will not talk about each other. At this time, we're now I think 11, 12, 13.
yeah.
Then I know rumors started flying from your school that there was this girl, and the girl went. I don't want to call her name,
Hmm.
but this girl started saying that me and her that were dating at the time. And I mean, you knew there was nothing happening. You knew there was nothing happening, but the girl,